Okay, we're on. Okay, great. Well, I wanted to respond to Sexy Phil's question of the day. Man, have I got a story. Last year, and I'm gonna try to keep this as short as I can. Um, Try to shoot straight through it. Sexy Phil it. Anyways, last year we I was going to see my brother and his wife and his newborn son for Christmas, and we were catching a flight. We, meaning me and my mother, um, we were catching a flight from Denver, from DIA, going to Oklahoma City, uh, and right when we were catching it, a snowstorm hit. And this is a very rare thing, so Oklahoma City didn't know how to react to it. So basically, they canceled our flight while we were taxiing to get to the runway. So that night, they told us that we could go ahead and catch a flight the next day. So we waited in the airport all night on this hard carpet floor that felt more like concrete. It was like laying on a rock for, I don't know, what did I slept for maybe 4 hours at the most. Anyways, the freaking we get on the flight the next day. Oh, by the way, I have another wonderful story about how I lost my ID at the airport. But anyways, we got on the flight the following day, and this is the second day, and we took off. The plane was in the air, and here comes the pilot saying that the flight has been canceled again. And remember the fact that we're in the air. We could have still flown to Oklahoma City, but they decided, well, we simply can't uh, risk it, and so they flew back to DIA, which is Denver International Airport, by the way. And so we had to wait again. So I decided that we should go home and just regroup because they said there was going to possibly be some more flights going out the following day. So the second day we went back home, and may I remind you, I was asking the people at the service desk at the terminal, well, can I get my luggage? And they're like, well, there's the flight tomorrow, so your luggage will be on that flight. So it's like, okay, whatever. As long as I get to sleep in my own bed instead of on a hard ass freaking concrete floor. And so we went we went home and we came back the next day. The next day we came back to find out that once again, of course, the flights were canceled again. And so we simply just I was just I was just at a loss of words. I was fuming because these were days that I was supposed to be spending time with my family, my brother, his wife, and his wife had just given birth to my nephew, and this was the first time I was going to actually get to see my nephew in person, and so and we were supposed to be seeing family and doing other things, but basically what happened in the end is we had to wait a whole entire day because I didn't want to go back and forth, because we had only already gone back and forth twice. So we waited a day, and well, we got on. We were able to catch the flight to Oklahoma City, but the thing is, the day that we waited, the the day that the third day that we were supposed to catch a flight, and we found out once again that it was canceled, was actually Christmas Day. So yeah, and so we basically just said forget it. We paid for these tickets, and chances are we weren't going to get a any kind of money back for paying for these tickets and not being able to catch our flights. So we were just I was just like, well, I want to go see I want to see my brother. I want to see my family. So I finally made it there, and what was supposed to be is a 7 day family get together for Christmas of all times of the year kind of turned into like basically me being there for 2 days, and before I had to catch my flight back. And I think I think it's possibly, well, it has to be the worst experience I've ever had with airports, airplanes. I, I mean, I've had things happen to me when I was catching a flight to Mardi Gras. I missed an entirely, a whole entire flight connecting from Dallas to New Orleans, um, because a, a airplane had broken down where our plane that I was on was supposed to be parking, and but this by far has to be one of it has to be the worst experience I've had with going to the airport. And luckily, I have never lost my luggage. I have to say that because all my friends are always talking about how they've lost their luggage, and always to watch out for your luggage and make sure there's locks and things on it. I usually don't worry about that, and but I mean, because I've always gotten my luggage, but yeah, worst experience I've ever had with the airport and airplanes. I don't know so much if I can blame it on the airports as much as I can blame it on the weather, which, well, was lousy. Anyways, that's my response to Sexy Phil's question of the day. What up, Sexy Phil?